going on, guys? As always, a Clam Sheepdog here today. As you can see, I've been busy. I don't always wear this around the house. Maybe sometimes just at night. Anyway, so we're here to discuss the Apex Tactical Spring Kit. Now, I want you to keep in mind before you say anything bad or anything negative, but before I review my gun, or before I do anything to it, I shoot 500 rounds through it. 500 rounds of the crappiest ammo I can find for this reason. After 500 rounds, I figured that the 8.5 pound trigger was a little too much for me, so I went and got the Apex Tactical Kit. Pretty easy installation. Besides the slide lock lever, I had some issues putting that back together, as I explained that. And during my testing of the trigger, it kept not firing on steel cased ammunition. Now, before you say anything, like I said, before I did this, the gun cycled still perfectly fine. The same ammo I was using perfectly fine. It was Wolf steel cased ammunition, and if you're gonna get steel cased ammunition, Wolf is pretty much the standard as far as it can go, quality is. So I was shooting it, and it in a fresh magazine, probably the third or fourth one, it would not cycle it. So I just ejected it, and the rest of the magazine would be fine. I don't know why it was the third or fourth round, but I could put all those rounds back in the M&P full size M2.0 and it cycled them perfectly fine. So I'm not sure on that why or what is going on. It's not the magazines. I haven't got new magazines. The only thing I've done to the gun or anything else in that weapon system is the duty spring kit. Now, after you put it in, it's easy to take right back out. So I'm going to show you guys that real quick. Okay, so let's take out the Apex Tactical Spring so you can see it's clear. Pull the trigger. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. And it's super easy. Grab this Leatherman skeletal out of my back pocket. I'm gonna pull this back. Where's that? Push this collar forward, pull this back, pull the striker assembly back. Now, once you get that out, you have to get these little collars off. Take the striker spring off. So use this for leverage. Pull those collars off. Be careful not to let them go flying. Pull the spring off. While you're in here, you can give your striker a wipe down. That'd be a good idea. Put that back on there. Oh, twist it. There we go. Put this back in here. And while you're holding it down, get one of the collars in there. Oh, just lost the first one. There we go. Got the second collar back on there. Took a minute, but it'll be alright. Turn it around. Just give that color, give that striker a good wipe off. Looks good. Put that back down into the channel. Push the white thing down, slide that back in there, put her back on the rail. There we go. Function checked, good. There you go, good as new. I would keep the trigger spring in it, but I would take the plunger pin out, which I'm not going to do. Only if it continues to give me problems, I'm just going to take the striker spring out and put the manufacturer's spring back in. This is a good example why I don't like altering the internals of a gun, because it comes from factory most of the time. If you're buying Smith & Wesson, good. I know this is only a $300 gun, but before I went and put that Apex Tactical spring kit in, it was perfectly fine. Now, I may be hurting people's feelings. I'm not going to bother contacting Apex Tactical. I know they're a good company, and this is the first time I use their products. I'm not saying it's a bad taste in my mouth. I probably will get one of their barrels in the future for a barrel. I highly doubt I'm going to do a striker spring or anything besides a trigger spring or a barrel in the future from any company for any gun. So I hope this is a little lesson for you guys. I know I was shooting still, but I don't know if it wasn't striking, and if the if the primer strikes was not making it happen because the round was underpowdered, if you want to say that, or not seated right. But before I went and put those parts in, it worked 100%, 500 to 600 rounds, mostly steel cased ammunition, because I like to use a lot of steel cased ammunition for these low end guns, just to prove it, just because it's low end and its value price doesn't mean it's cheap and a piece of crap. This gun has done excellent and has treated me excellent. The only thing I do say about the gun is it kind of hurts to shoot right here in this area on the back of it. So that's what happened, guys. I took the striker spring out, put the replace factory back in, and if it continues to give me problems, I'm just going to put the factory plunger spring in. So like I said, don't put your spring kit in and put it right back in your holster and go out of your house. You have to go back out and test it. I'm really conscious about my testing, and I'm a real big just in case type of person, as you can see. So I hope this helped you, because I don't know, I'm thinking it's an anomaly because I haven't heard anything bad about the Apex Tactical kit. So make sure you test it, because your life depends on it. So as always, it's been the Clamp Sheepdog. Enjoy the rest of your day.